Greetings. I'm Kathy Green with Christian News and Interviews. I have a question to ask you today. Has cancel culture truly gone amok? Is it out of control? I'm reading an article by that same title. It's called Cancel Culture Run Amok. San Francisco board bans names of Washington, Lincoln, Jefferson from 44 schools. And as usual, I'm going to post a copy of this article below, but I'm just going to read a small part of it. The cost to replace all of the school's signage was also criticized by local residents. The $400,000 price could skyrocket to more than $1 million as the cost of replacing athletic uniforms and school mascot symbols on stadiums and gym floors. The budget deficit for the school district next year could reach $75 million, according to several media outlets. CBN News reports, and I quote, "The cancel culture has now added the names of former U.S. presidents George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and Thomas Jefferson to the get rid of list." According to reports from several media outlets, the San Francisco School Board voted 6-1 to remove the names of the former presidents and other American founding fathers, along with the names of California Democrat Senator Dianne Feinstein from 44 public schools. Now, it's interesting because California, their school system is one of the worst in the country, and they have the gall. Instead of putting that money into children, they're putting that money into changing the names of buildings. Whew. The former presidents were presumed by board members to have ties to racism or have dishonorable legacies. Duh! Are you serious? Other names on the chopping block includes Francis Scott Key, who wrote the poem from which the national anthem is based. Former presidents Will McKinley and James Garfield, who both served in the Union Army during the Civil War. James Monroe and Herbert Hoover. Paul Revere, a hero of the American Revolution, and author Robert Louis Stevenson. Senator Feinstein's name will be removed from one elementary school due to allegations that she once replaced a damaged Confederate flag outside of the San Francisco City Hall when she was serving as mayor in 1984. The Daily Mail reports the flag was part of an 18-flag historical display located outside of the City Hall and has been on display for 14 years before Feinstein took office. KNTV reports all of the schools will have until April to select new names for their campuses, which will be then voted on by board members. And I could go on, but I won't. I'm going to post this article below. But what I would like to do for the few seconds that I have left is say this. This world has gone haywire. Not only has cancel culture run amok, but the world itself has run amok. You can't post, you have to be very careful now what you post on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, and so on and so forth. You can't have a thought anymore that disagrees with the mainstream thought. There's no opening anymore for debate. Children are being denied real history now. Let's face it, slavery existed. George Washington, of course, didn't like black people. But history is history. And so do we pretend now that George Washington didn't exist? Do we pretend that Paul Revere didn't exist? Do we pretend that Abraham Lincoln just didn't exist? Do we now get rid of every single topic or person from history or the present that we don't like? I don't like you. I don't like your beliefs. I don't like your thought system. I am so fragile that I just can't handle hearing anything that goes against my beliefs. And so therefore, where are my safe spaces? Where are my safe rooms? Where can I go and hide so that I don't have to hear this? People have gone batty. Anytime schools now have safe spaces for students who are so fragile that they can't hear anything, any opinion, any thought that disagrees with their own. These fragile students. Oh. Seriously? Safe spaces? So what do these students do when they go to work one of these days? Or do they plan to work? Are jobs going to be expected to give them safe spaces? Because they may hear the name of President George Washington, and that will just, oh, I just heard George Washington's name. I can't take it. Give me a safe space. Oh. The world has gone batty, people. And I wish that it's a shame because the liberals are too far left and the conservatives are too far right. If we could bring it back to the middle again. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. Some of that stuff that the Democrats do, I don't believe in everything that's Democratic. Some of that stuff is off the chain crazy. And I don't believe in everything that the right, the conservatives, are espousing. That's off the chain too. Breaking into our capital, that's off the chain. That's crazy. That's nutty. But if we could bring it somewhere back into the middle, to get rid of this cancel culture, to get rid of these safe spaces, it's got to go. It's driving children crazy. It's driving adults crazy. It's driving the United States crazy. It's driving the world crazy. Let's get back to normality. Let's get back to the middle. Think about it.